Some trucks didn't just push boundaries, they obliterated them. These were the machines that arrived too early, trucks with technology, power, and design that the world simply wasn't ready for. Aerodynamic bodies, advanced engines, futuristic interiors, and ideas still used today, all built decades before everyone else caught up. Get ready for the 10 trucks that were decades ahead of their time. Because sometimes the future shows up early, and nobody knows what to do with it. When the first-generation Mercedes-Benz Actros arrived in 1996, it disrupted the entire trucking industry with an engineering philosophy far ahead of its time. In the 90s, most semi-trucks still relied heavily on mechanical control systems, analog instrumentation, and basic comfort features. Mercedes-Benz took a radically different path, introducing the Telligence system, an advanced electronic control architecture that handled everything from engine management to braking coordination and shift logic. This was groundbreaking because trucks had never before been controlled with such a high level of integrated electronics. The Actros was essentially the first smart truck long before that term existed. Drivers stepped into a cab that felt like a futuristic command center instead of a typical commercial vehicle. The dashboard was modern and intuitive for its time, with digital feedback systems and improved warning alerts that made daily operations safer and more informed. Comfort was also a major selling point. Mercedes gave the Actros a sophisticated cab suspension system that dramatically reduced bumps and vibrations, making long-haul drives far less tiring. Noise insulation and climate control systems took comfort to a level no other manufacturer was offering in the mid-90s. The Actros also made safety a priority, long before safety became a global trend. It introduced features like electronically controlled braking and traction systems that reduced stopping distances and improved stability under load. This was revolutionary because the trucking industry did not yet see advanced safety tech as a necessity. By pushing these innovations early, the Actros helped influence the global shift toward high-tech, driver-protective truck designs. Aesthetically, its aerodynamic cab shape also set it apart. Rounded edges, modern contours, and improved airflow efficiency helped fleets reduce fuel consumption, a huge deal when fuel prices were rising. Looking back today, many of the innovations Mercedes introduced in the 1996 Actros are standard across the industry. In many ways, the Actros didn't just arrive ahead of its time, it predicted the entire future direction of trucking technology. Number 2. Kenworth T600, 1985. The Kenworth T600 is arguably one of the most revolutionary American semi-trucks ever created. When it launched in 1985, it completely defied the visual language of trucking. For decades, trucks had embraced big, boxy, square-front designs that were considered tough, powerful, and iconic. But Kenworth engineers took a bold risk. They designed the T600 purely around aerodynamics, something no other manufacturer took seriously at that time. The result was a truck that looked radically different, even strange, leading many to jokingly call it the anteater. But this futuristic look wasn't just for show. It marked a turning point in trucking efficiency. The T600's sloped hood, curved windshield, integrated bumpers, and tight body gaps were developed through extensive wind tunnel testing, something no American truck had done on this scale before. Airflow management became a science, and the T600 proved its worth by delivering fuel savings up to 11% compared to traditional designs. At a time when fuel prices were unpredictable, this was groundbreaking. Fleets realized that even small improvements in aerodynamics could save millions over the lifespan of a truck. The T600 made efficiency fashionable and necessary. Inside the cab, Kenworth made sure the truck wasn't just aerodynamic but also comfortable. The improved seating position, quieter cabin, better insulation, and enhanced visibility all made long-haul driving less exhausting. The T600 also used lighter materials in its construction, improving overall performance and reducing wear on brakes and tires. In many ways, the T600 forced the entire trucking industry to rethink how trucks should be built. It was so far ahead of its time that many of its aerodynamic breakthroughs only became common many years later. Today, virtually every North American truck, from Freightliner to Volvo to Peterbilt, borrows from the T600's aerodynamic philosophy. It wasn't just a new truck model, it was a technological revolution that changed the future of trucking forever. Number 3. Volvo VN Series, 1996. When Volvo introduced the VN series in 1996, it redefined what a long-haul truck could be. At the time, most American trucks still focused on classic styling and raw engine power. Volvo, however, brought a European-style approach with aerodynamic shaping, advanced safety engineering, and a strong focus on driver comfort. The VN series didn't just look different, it changed the industry's expectations. The sleek, sloped design of the VN trucks dramatically reduced drag, helping fleets save thousands in fuel costs. Volvo emphasized science-backed aerodynamics, using computer simulations and wind tunnel testing to create a shape that cut through the air smoothly at highway speeds. This future-focused design philosophy put Volvo miles ahead of competitors who still relied on older, boxier shapes. The VN series proved that efficiency didn't have to compromise power or durability. But perhaps the most revolutionary aspect of the VN series was its devotion to safety. Volvo was the first truck manufacturer to apply passenger vehicle-style crash engineering to semi-trucks. Reinforced cabs, engineered crumple zones, high-strength steel, and improved impact protection were all features that the VN introduced long before safety became a global trend. Many modern safety features like better rollover protection and energy-absorbing cabins owe their origins to the innovations Volvo championed with the VN line. Inside the truck, the cabin experience was far advanced for the 1990s. Volvo created a quieter, smoother ride, using advanced insulation and suspension systems. The ergonomic layout made controls easier to access, and the sleeper compartment felt more like a mobile mini-apartment than a truck. This focus on driver well-being was ahead of its time, decades before driver comfort became a major industry priority. Ultimately, the VN series shaped the modern aerodynamic truck designs seen across North America today. It was one of those rare trucks that didn't just participate in the industry, it changed it. Number 4. Peterbilt 372 COE. The Peterbilt 372 remains one of the most futuristic-looking semi-trucks ever built. Launched in 1988, it was bold, unconventional, and visually shocking for its time. Most cab-over-engine COE trucks of that era were boxy, flat-faced, and built for practicality rather than style. The 372 shattered that mold with an aerodynamic, curves-first design unlike anything on American roads. It looked like a concept truck from the future that somehow made it into production. Peterbilt engineers invested heavily in aerodynamics for the 372. They sculpted the cab with rounded edges, carefully sloped surfaces, and integrated fairings that reduced wind resistance significantly. Its wraparound windshield, futuristic front fascia, and smooth body lines made it stand out instantly. In an era when fuel efficiency was just beginning to matter, the 372 proved that COE trucks could compete with conventional aerodynamic tractors, something many believed to be impossible. Inside, the Peterbilt 372 offered an upgraded experience with better ergonomics, improved visibility thanks to the massive greenhouse-style windows, and a more refined sleeping compartment. For a COE, it offered surprisingly good ride comfort. The driving position felt modern, the controls were well placed, and the cab layout was designed with long-haul truckers in mind, something many cab-over trucks failed to achieve. Despite its innovation, the 372 struggled in the US market. Many fleets considered it too futuristic, and the declining popularity of COE trucks in North America eventually doomed its lifespan. It was simply a truck that arrived before its time. Yet today, the 372 is appreciated as a design masterpiece, a truck that anticipated many aerodynamic principles that would only become mainstream decades later. In hindsight, it was one of the boldest engineering experiments in American trucking history. Number 5. International 9800 Eagle, 1987. The International 9800 Eagle was a forward-thinking attempt to modernize the American cab-over truck during a period when COEs were declining in popularity. Released in the late 1980s, it brought a fresh aerodynamic design, improved driver comfort, and innovative engineering that made it one of the most futuristic COEs ever produced in America. While other COE trucks still relied on square edges and outdated layouts, the 9800 Eagle embraced aerodynamics, improved visibility, and a much more refined cabin environment. Its multi-piece aerodynamic windshield alone was a major advancement. Unlike traditional flat-pane COE windows, the 9800 Eagle used a curved design that reduced wind drag, improved forward visibility, and made the truck easier to maneuver in tight environments. International complemented this with sleeker body contours and side deflectors that managed airflow more efficiently at highway speeds. These were small features on the surface, but they represented a major philosophical shift in COE engineering. Inside the truck, International focused heavily on driver comfort, unusual for American COEs at the time. The cab offered better insulation, a quieter ride, more organized control placement, and improved sleeping accommodations that made long-haul operations significantly more manageable. It was an early attempt to offer a home-on-wheels experience, normally only found in conventional trucks. The 9800 Eagle also introduced advanced durability improvements and maintenance-friendly features, better wiring layouts, cleaner engine access, and improved reliability made it one of the smarter workhorses in its class. Although the truck did not revive the COE market in the US, it found success in South Africa, Australia, and Latin America, regions where COEs remained popular. Today, the International 9800 Eagle is remembered as a COE that combined futuristic design with practicality. It hinted at what American COEs could have become if the market had not moved on. Number 6. Freightliner Argosy 1999. The Freightliner Argosy, introduced in 1999, is often remembered as the most advanced cab-over-engine COE truck ever sold in North America. At a time when COE trucks were nearly extinct in the US because conventional long-nosed designs dominated the market, Freightliner took a daring step by creating a COE that solved all the problems drivers typically complained about. Instead of treating the COE as a basic compact truck for short routes, Freightliner reimagined it as a premium long-haul machine with innovations so far ahead of the competition that it felt futuristic even by today's standards. One of its most groundbreaking features was its completely flat cab floor, something unheard of in COE trucks of the era. Traditional COE trucks had large engine doghouses inside the cab, forcing drivers to step around awkward bumps and limiting movement. The Argosy eliminated this obstacle entirely, offering an interior space more like a modern apartment than a commercial truck. This made living inside the cab far easier and more comfortable, especially during long-haul trips. Another futuristic innovation was its unique front entry staircase system. Instead of climbing up from the side like conventional trucks, drivers entered through a front door with steps that folded outward. It was safer, easier, and far more ergonomic, especially during bad weather or low-light conditions. The entire entry concept felt like something from decades in the future. Aerodynamics were also a huge focus. The Argosy's streamlined front end, ribbed body lines, and integrated air management panels significantly reduced drag, making it surprisingly fuel-efficient for a COE. Freightliner invested heavily in wind tunnel testing to sculpt a shape that cut through air more smoothly than any American cabover before it. Inside the cabin, drivers were treated to improved materials, better insulation, more efficient climate systems, and exceptionally well-designed sleeping quarters. It felt like a luxury-focused innovation in a segment that had rarely seen true comfort. Even though the US phased out COE trucks, the Argosy continued thriving in markets like Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa. It became a favorite for long-haul drivers who needed compact designs without sacrificing modern comfort. The Argosy remains a shining example of a truck that offered solutions decades ahead of industry expectations. Number 7. Tesla Semi 2022. When Tesla unveiled the Semi, it immediately became the most disruptive truck concept in decades. Electric cars were already gaining traction, but the thought of a fully electric semi-truck capable of hauling heavy loads over long distances sounded unrealistic to much of the trucking world. Yet Tesla's bold engineering and aggressive innovation made the Semi not just possible, but revolutionary. One of the biggest breakthroughs was its battery efficiency and long-range performance. With claims of up to 500 miles on a full charge and incredibly low cost per mile operation, the Tesla Semi challenged the dominance of diesel powertrains. Its regenerative braking system recaptures enormous amounts of energy on downhill grades, reducing wear on brakes and enhancing efficiency in a way diesel trucks simply cannot match. The Semi's aerodynamic body design is equally groundbreaking. Tesla engineered the truck to have one of the lowest drag coefficients of any semi in history, comparable to sports cars. The sharply tapered nose, smooth surfaces, and integrated side fairings drastically reduce air resistance. This level of aerodynamic mastery is far ahead of traditional boxy designs. Inside the cab, Tesla completely reinvented the driver experience. Instead of a standard left seat layout, the Tesla Semi places the driver in the center of the cab, providing unparalleled visibility and reducing blind spots. Two large touchscreen displays flank the seat, offering navigation, camera feeds, truck diagnostics, and vehicle controls. The minimalist, futuristic cabin has no traditional gauges or clutter. Everything is digital, intuitive, and automated. Safety features also leap far beyond what diesel trucks offer. The Semi uses Tesla's autopilot technology, enabling lane centering, collision avoidance, adaptive cruise control, and autonomous emergency braking. These systems work together to reduce accidents and driver fatigue while enhancing operational efficiency. While full charging infrastructure is still developing, the Tesla Semi proves what future trucking can look like long before the industry is ready. It challenges long-held beliefs about power, performance, and sustainability. Even if adoption is gradual, there is no doubt the Tesla Semi is a truck that arrived decades ahead of its time. Number 8. Scania R Series, 2004. When Scania introduced the first-generation R Series in 2004, it didn't just refresh its lineup, it set an entirely new global standard for what a premium long-haul truck should be. During the early 2000s, most trucks still relied on older cab structures, basic aerodynamics, and traditional mechanical systems. But Scania took a bold step forward, creating a truck so refined, so advanced, and so ahead of market expectations that it dominated awards, won thousands of loyal drivers, and shaped the entire future of European trucking. One of the biggest breakthroughs of the R Series was its modular engineering philosophy. Scania's modular platform meant that almost every major component, engines, gearboxes, axles, suspension, electronics, could be configured precisely to customer needs. This level of customization was unheard of at the time. Fleets could essentially design their perfect truck without sacrificing reliability or performance. This modular design also made repairs and maintenance faster and cheaper, increasing uptime in ways competitors couldn't match. The R Series also made massive strides in cab comfort, revolutionizing the driver experience. Scania's Highline and Topline cabs were considered the luxury apartments of the trucking world. Drivers enjoyed large interiors, flat floors in some versions, premium quality materials, improved insulation, and storage that felt more like a hotel room than a truck. This comfort-first philosophy arrived long before driver well-being became a global industry priority. But the real genius was beneath the cab. Scania's Euro 3, Euro 4, and later Euro 5 DC and V8 engines were engineering masterpieces. They delivered exceptional torque at low RPM, outstanding fuel efficiency, and unmatched reliability. The legendary Scania V8 became a symbol of power and durability, a workhorse capable of hauling the heaviest loads across the toughest terrain without breaking a sweat. The combination of high torque, smooth power delivery, and brilliant fuel efficiency made the R Series a favorite among heavy-haul operators. The result was a machine that didn't just perform, it set trends, won multiple International Truck of the Year awards, and remained one of Europe's most respected trucks for nearly 2 decades. The Scania R Series wasn't futuristic in appearance, it was futuristic in engineering. A truck that quietly changed the entire long-haul industry. Number 9. Mercedes-Benz Future Truck 2025-2015. The Mercedes-Benz Future Truck 2025 is one of the most ambitious concepts ever proposed in the trucking world. Revealed in 2015, it demonstrated a fully autonomous semi-truck capable of driving itself on the highway, years before most people even imagined self-driving technology was realistic for heavy vehicles. Mercedes didn't just present a theoretical idea, they showcased a working prototype equipped with sensors, radar, cameras, and sophisticated software to navigate real-world environments. The truck's exterior design was futuristic, featuring a smooth aerodynamic profile, with glowing LED lighting that changed color depending on whether the vehicle was being manually driven or autonomously operating. This wasn't just aesthetic flair. It was intended to communicate with other road users safely. an early example of vehicle-to-environment communication. At the core of the Future Truck 2025 was the Highway Pilot System, which allowed the truck to accelerate, brake, steer, maintain lanes, avoid obstacles, and react to traffic conditions, all without human intervention. This level of automation was far beyond anything available in production trucks of the time. Mercedes believed autonomous driving would increase safety, reduce fuel consumption, and help address driver shortages by transforming the driver's role into more of an operator or supervisor. Inside the cabin, the driver's seat could swivel to allow a more relaxed working environment. A large digital display replaced traditional gauges, offering real-time data from sensors, road monitoring systems, and vehicle diagnostics. The cab was designed like a mobile office, giving drivers the ability to rest, work, or monitor systems while the truck handled the driving. Many of the technologies that debuted in the Future Truck 2025, lane assist, adaptive cruise control, collision prevention systems, and connected telematics, are now becoming standard in modern trucks. It was a concept that predicted the future accurately, years before regulations or infrastructure were ready. The Future Truck 2025 remains one of the clearest examples of a truck that truly arrived ahead of its time. Number 10. Nikola One. The Nikola One was introduced in 2016 as an ambitious attempt to push trucking into a zero-emission future. Unlike battery electric trucks, the Nikola One relied on hydrogen fuel cell technology, a system that generates electricity through a chemical reaction rather than by charging large batteries. Hydrogen trucking was considered science fiction at the time, but Nikola presented a working prototype promising long-range performance, fast refueling, and massive torque. It challenged everything the industry thought it knew about alternative fuels. The Nikola One's design was sleek, aerodynamic, and modern. With a large panoramic windshield, integrated light bars, sculpted surfaces, and a futuristic stance, it looked closer to a concept vehicle than a production-ready truck. Its aerodynamic efficiency was expected to be far greater than most conventional trucks, contributing to lower operating costs and improved overall performance. Inside the cab, Nikola pushed luxury and technology further than almost any truck before it. Multiple digital screens replaced traditional gauges, offering camera feeds, navigation, real-time diagnostics, and multimedia controls. The sleeper cabin included high-quality materials, optimized storage, panoramic lighting, and a modern layout that made it feel like a high-end RV more than a commercial truck. Nikola wanted the driver's environment to feel premium, comfortable, and highly functional. The hydrogen electric drivetrain promised instant torque, quieter operation, and lower maintenance due to fewer moving parts compared to diesel engines. While Nikola later faced controversies and challenges, the Nikola One concept itself deserves recognition for exploring technologies decades beyond where the industry currently stands. Most companies were still improving diesel engines in 2016, while Nikola was proposing a fully electric, hydrogen-powered future. Today, as companies like Toyota, Hyundai, Daimler, and Volvo invest heavily in hydrogen trucks, it's clear Nikola's early ideas were ahead of their time. Even if the Nikola One never became a mainstream product, its influence on the conversation about zero-emission trucking is undeniable. These trucks weren't failures. They were pioneers. They introduced features that modern trucks rely on today, proving that innovation doesn't always get recognized right away. Which one of these futuristic machines do you think deserved more success? Tell me in the comments below. If you love forgotten tech, advanced engineering, and trucks that rewrote history before their time, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more unbelievable machines. Thanks for watching. And remember, the future doesn't wait. It just arrives early.